Hi, I'm Meghan from Turquoise Floating Yoga, and today I'm going to be sharing a HIIT yoga fusion. We're going to be doing a high intensity move for 60 seconds, followed by 60 seconds of a restful yoga pose. As always, listen to your body. If something doesn't work for you, feel free to skip it or modify. Let's get started. We'll start our warm-up with some skaters, side to side, taking a little hop to one side of the mat, and then the other. And feel free to move at your own pace here. We're just getting the blood pumping and getting our heart rate up. Almost done. Let's do one more on each side. And then stepping to face the front of your mat, reach the arms overhead, folding down. Generously bend the knees, even sway side to side. Option to interlace the fingers for a nice shoulder stretch overhead. And then bringing the hands down to the mat, halfway lift, reaching the right arm up to the sky for a little twist. Replace the hand and reaching the left arm up for a twist on the other side. And then reaching the arms up and bringing the hands to heart center. Our high intensity move is going to be alternating between high boat and low boat. So starting in our low boat, we're going to extend and bend. Extend and bend. If this is too much for you, you can modify to stay in your low boat, or even hands supporting you in your low boat. Or if you need even more of a gentle option, you can touch one toe and then the other. All variations are great core work. Our 1 minute timer is up, so please start moving at your own pace with whatever variation you chose. Stay with it, you're almost done. Last 15 seconds. And you can bring the toes down to the mat. Extend the legs in front of you. And then keeping the left leg extended, the right knee is going to bend, bringing that right foot across the left leg. Reaching the left arm up towards the sky, and then taking a little twist with the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. And just breathing here, using this as an opportunity to catch your breath. In the twists, we have a tendency to hold our breath, so really intentionally breathing nice and deeply here. And then switching sides, extending the right leg long, the left knee bends. Left foot coming across, and this time the right arm is going to reach across, so right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and continue breathing. And then you can begin to untwist, bringing both toes to the mat in front of you, setting up for our next high intensity move. We're going to keep going with our core work on another variation of boat pose. This is a side boat, so you're going to take both of your toes in your left hand, right hand plants behind you, maybe the legs extend, maybe the back hand reaches up. The full expression of our pose, we're going to alternate. And maybe even playing with the balance to not bring the hand down in between. If that's too much for you, you can definitely bring the hand down in between, You can also keep the legs bent if it's too much on your hamstrings to extend. So you can alternate here as well. Meet me in your first side boat, and then moving at your own pace, alternating sides in whichever variation you're choosing. Last few seconds, stay with it. And slowly release back down. And then either bringing the soles of your feet together or finding a cross-legged position, and then taking a forward fold by walking your hands gently out in front of you. And just breathe. One more nice deep breath here, and then slowly begin to walk your hands back up, and then making your way to a stand at the back of your mat. The next high intensity move, we're gonna walk our hands all the way out to a plank position, alternating shoulder taps, 2 plank jacks, and then walking our hands back all the way to a stand. For a lower impact modification, you can skip the shoulder taps and do toe taps instead of plank jacks. As always, choose the variation that works for you. Starting at the back of your mat, we've got our 1-minute timer and moving at your own pace. The goal here is to move as fast as you can without compromising alignment. If you feel like you're losing your alignment, then slow it down a little bit. Keep going, you're halfway there. And time. We're gonna make our way to a child's pose for our 1-minute rest. In your child's pose, allow your forehead to connect to the mat and reconnect to your breath. See if you can make each inhale and exhale longer, slower, and deeper. One more nice deep breath, and then slowly begin walking your hands up and making your way back to a stand for our next high intensity move. For this one, we'll start in a down dog. Inhale, raise one leg high. Squeeze the knee in, see if you can tap the outside of the elbow. Back to three-legged dog and down dog. And then switch, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. You can modify here by taking a smaller range of motion, both in the three-legged dog and when you squeeze the knee in. Our 1 minute timer is up, so come with me. And just like before, you want to move as quickly as possible without compromising your alignment. And we're almost at the halfway point. Modify the range of motion if you need to, slow down if you need to, but don't give up. Almost there. This is your last one. Good job. We're going to sit in a cross-legged position, and reaching the right elbow up, you can either just gently press down on the right elbow with your left hand, or if your shoulders are more open and mobile, maybe your left hand can reach for the bind. Remember, no option is better than another. Never force the bind. And remember to breathe wherever you are. Releasing the right elbow, shake it out, and we're going to switch sides. You can either gently press down on the left elbow with your right hand, or maybe you reach for the bind. You might find that the bind works on one side and not the other. That's totally fine. For me, the bind feels more intense on this side. These are just things to notice without judging them. And slowly release. You can shake out the shoulders one more time. And as you're ready, making your way to a plank position. From the plank, step the right foot up, take a twist, step back to plank, step the left foot up, take a twist, step back to plank, and then 4 mountain climbers. For modification options, you can adjust your range of motion as needed on the twists. Instead of mountain climbers, you can gently squeeze each knee in. Our 1 minute starts now, so choose your option and come with me. Just a few seconds left, so make this your last one. And then slowly lower all the way down to your mat. Laying on your belly, extend the right arm out to the side, bend the left knee, and bring the left foot to plant behind you. Left arm can reach up towards the sky as you take some nice, long, deep breaths. Slowly roll back to center and switch sides. This time the right foot is planted behind you and the right arm is reaching up towards the sky. One more nice deep breath, and then slowly unwinding back to center. Make your way back to standing for one of my favorite moves, VINYASA burpees. Reaching the arms up, swan diving down, jump back to plank, 2 plank jacks, and then jump back up all the way to a stand. Modification here is to step back to plank and step back up. Choose your option and come with me. If you are jumping back, make sure to land in your plank with a soft bend in your elbow to keep your elbow joint safe. And same thing when you jump back in, have a nice generous bend in your knee. Last few seconds, see if you can do one more. Good job. And for our resting pose, we're going to make our way all the way back down with our belly on the mat for a SPHINX pose. You can keep your toes down on the mat behind you. Your arms should be parallel in front of you. Really press your fingertips down into the mat, drop your shoulders away from your ears as you gently open your heart. See if you can bring your focus to your breath. Slowly release back down to the mat, and we're going to press up into a tabletop position to set up for our next move. Extend the right leg out to the side, and then squeeze with control, make a nice wide arc all the way over and back. Your modification is to take a much smaller range of motion. Our 1 minute starts now, so bring that right leg out to the side, and take those nice wide arcs back and forth. Make sure that you're really squeezing and using control and not momentum here. We're just about at the halfway point, so bring that leg back in. This time extend the left leg to do the same thing on the other side. Last few seconds. And return to your tabletop position. Turn that tabletop so you're facing the side of your mat to set up for a gate pose variation. Extend your right leg to the side with your foot parallel to the edge of your mat. In this variation, we're going to stay low with our hands planted in front of us, allowing a nice stretch through the hamstring and the hip flexor. One more nice deep breath here. And then rising up, extending the arms and taking a stretch over the extended right leg. And then we're going to switch sides. Coming back through tabletop, the left leg extends out to the side, foot parallel to the edge of your mat. Just like before, keeping the hands out in front of you and breathing through the hamstring and hip flexor stretch. One more deep breath, and then rising up and stretching over the extended left leg. And then making our way back into tabletop facing the front of our mat. Extending the right leg long and bending the knee, we're going to raise the toe up towards the sky for some scorpion kicks and an optional level up to squeeze the knee in and take a little jump before we switch sides. Meet me in your tabletop and bend that knee to start your scorpion kicks on the right. And either keep pulsing, or if you're taking the kicks, squeeze your knee in and raise your leg high just once or twice before we switch sides. Extend the left leg long, bend the knee, and take those little pulses or scorpion kicks up towards the sky. Option to keep pulsing, or option to squeeze the left knee in and then jump and extend that leg high just once or twice before dropping your knees back to a tabletop and making your way back down to a seat. From there, you can lay back, hug your knees in, and we're going to drop the knees to the right side for a supine twist. Your arms can be out wide, or you can have cactus arms, whatever feels comfortable to you. And just allow yourself to relax here. You've done all of your high intensity moves, so now you can just breathe. Hug the knees back into heart center, and then drop the knees over to the left side for your supine twist on the other side. Hug your knees back in towards heart center and roll back up to a tabletop position for our cool down. Stepping the right foot up for a low lunge, raising the arms up overhead, and breathe as you open your heart, energy up through your fingertips. And then bringing the hands down to frame out the foot, sending the hips back, really flexing into the front foot for your half splits. Breathing, getting a nice stretch through the hamstrings. And then making your way back through tabletop, stepping the left foot forward. And this time, option to sweep the arms out wide in your low lunge. Really open your heart here. Bring the hands down to frame out the foot, send the hips back, flex into the front left foot for your half splits on the other side. Make your way back through tabletop, step forward, rise all the way up, you did it. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss a flow.